Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Washington Commanders report. All right, so I got a couple of news before the Commanders play this Sunday against the Giants, which we have been having a hard time against the Giants for the last two seasons, and hopefully this will change. Hopefully it change. So, but we do have some good news, even though we lost last weekend's game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But looks like our franchise quarterback, our rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, had received week 1 nomination for Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week. Now, Daniels even though I think his numbers would have been higher if Kingsbury had called a better game plan, a better game, he could have had better yardage. He could have pressed better. Now, that goes to say that he also is my favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Now, even though Caleb Williams did get the win for his team, but his numbers was bad. The defense for the Bears won. For the Commanders, Jayden Daniels pretty much did a lot. He ran the ball 16 times for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that right there put him in a good category. And he also was 17 out of 24 for 184 yards. If the game plan was a little bit better for the offense, I believe Jayden Daniels probably would have had 100 yards rushing, and he probably would have had 300 yards passing. That's just my take on it, and I stand by that. So, with all that being said, even though his passing yards was low, across the board for week 1, but only 15 players threw for over 200 yards, and the season open. Daniels came in 17th in passing after week 1, put him right in the middle of the pack of quarterbacks. Daniels made his mark in the first week of the season and set a nice baseline for himself. Now he looks to improve on that as the year moves on. And the Commanders are currently prepared for week 2 contest against the rival Giants. I think this game, prior to any other game against the Giants, will solidify Jayden Daniels is that guy. Now, I do believe his LSU teammate Malik Neighbors would not be playing in that game, but nevertheless, I think Jayden Daniels is going to have I think this game is probably going to be a very explosive game for Jayden Daniels. I think he's going to have that breakout game and everything like that. But nevertheless, I think he's put himself in really good company. He's put himself on pace. I think the games that now they're going to utilize a little bit. I think also Zach Ertz might not play, so that gives some other options a little bit. I think De'Ami Brown will be a little bit more. Jayden Daniels missed a big play to Terry McLaurin in the third quarter, which that could have helped put his numbers a little bit more, because then he would have 2 touchdowns receiving and a touchdown passing, because Terry McLaurin was wide the hell open. And I think they'll look more to get Terry the ball and some others a little bit, but I think they was taking what the defense gave them, because Tampa was doing some different things. They was stunting, they was blitzing and everything, and Todd Bowles loves to blitz. I don't think the Giants would do that. Well, I don't think Wink Martindale over there the Giants anymore, but nevertheless, but some NFL experts said that they was in favor of Daniels' debut performance happened to be NFL broadcaster and analyst Pete Schroggers, who ranked Daniels fourth in his weekly top rookie performance to kick off the season, saying that in a loss and actually what ended up being a blowout, I still gotta give his flowers to Daniels. He ran the ball effectively and was currently the leader of the Washington offense that did not have some success against the Buccaneers. And he did, he did what all he could. He took, like I said, they had to take what Tampa Bay was doing to them, because the fact of the matter is that Tampa Bay was, stunting and blitzing. So, I mean, with that being said, it's going to be interesting. So, how will they bounce back? We'll see. They do play. I think they play. At 1 o'clock on Sunday. I'm not sure. Like, I'd have to double check on that to make sure. But yeah, they play at 1 o'clock. So that's a pretty good early game. You don't have to worry about it as much. In other news, Emmanuel Forbes is having surgery now. He's going to be missed for about 4 to 6 weeks on his thumb. But nevertheless, per Ian Rappaport, Emmanuel Forbes will undergo surgery tomorrow to repair a UCL in his thumb, a blow to the secondary, and for the former first-round pick. By having this procedure, he will fix an issue that has been a problem all season. Me personally, I don't even know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I really don't know how I feel about it, because I never was high on him coming out of college. A lot of people was, because they got fascinated with his interceptions and all of this stuff and the records that he set. But he didn't impress last year, and he damn sure hasn't impressed in training camp, and he hasn't a damn impressed the first game of the season. Getting burned again, him and Benjamin St-Juste, who gave up 2 damn touchdowns. So, and Chris Godwin was taking him to task. It's don't know how much time Forbes will miss, according to the article. If the Commanders put him on a reserve injured list with a designation return, he will miss at least 4 games. I mean, so that's about 4 to 6 weeks around that time. If Washington doesn't place him on IR, he will likely return less than 4 weeks. In his place, Washington outside cornerback rotation will consist of Benjamin St-Juste, Michael Davis, and Noah Iogomge. I think Noah should start. To me, I think Noah get that chance. During the loss at Tampa, Noah relieved Forbes, with Davis playing some of the special teams. The 2021 draft, 16 overall, struggled during his rookie season and had a rough start in week 1. But Dan Quinn remained pleased with Forbes' efforts and believe he can still be developed into a quality starting cornerback. Well, good luck with that shit. I'm just telling you. I just don't think because if Dan Quinn can't get him to be that kind of person, then I don't know what the hell to say, because he hasn't shown anything to me that he has learned. To me, his technique looks so bad. It looks so unorthodox. It just, to me, I just don't understand. Now, Joe Witt did comment about the defense going into this. He said that he has to do a better job. The defense has, even when we had Chase Young and Montez Sweat, you know what I'm saying, the defense still hasn't. They show flashes to be dominant, but they haven't really been dominant. And also, where the hell is John Allen and Deron Payne at? Can they show up this week? Can they get their high-paid ass to show up this week? That's what I'm talking about. I just think that at the end of the day, they have to do what's needed. Now, I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Allen or whatever. I don't know if he want to be there or he wants to be somewhere else. But if you do not want to be there, ask for a trade. We'll be more than happy to accommodate you and send you on your way. That's the way I look at it. This team suffered so bad because their inability to get off the field on third down is still a constant issue. You know what I'm saying? They gave up so many third and longs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was able to put points on the board. If the Washington Commanders had some kind of blitz defense or some kind of cover defense, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have been in a lot of 3-and-out situations, and the Washington Commanders offense probably would have been able to get going and be able to put more points on the board than 20 points. We got to be able to score at least 25 to 30 points a game. We can't just score 18 to 20 like we did the last couple of seasons and think that's good. So this is why we bring somebody like Cliff Kingsbury in. This offense needs to be exploded. Use the talent, scheme differently, look at the matchups, take advantage of them, because we can't sit back and rely on Jayden Daniels to bail us out with his legs. It's just we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We got to utilize our running backs. You had good movement with Austin Eckler catching out the backfield. Got good running from Brian Robinson. The offensive line needs to be able to pass block better. I mean, we gave up 2 sacks, so that's not bad than what we did a couple of years ago, giving out 5 and 6 and almost 10, 9 sacks last year. So that part I'm kind of like good with, because Jayden Daniels is not going to sit in the pocket. You know, he did held the bill on to take 1 sack, but I'm good with that. That's not like with Sam Howell, Carson Wentz, and all of that. Jayden Daniels is not going to allow himself to get sacked like that. He's going to get out the pocket. If he sees the opening, he's taking it. And I'd rather him do that than sit back there and try to find an open man. Because eventually defense is going to have to adjust to him running out the pocket, and that's going to be able to free up guys like Terry, guys like Diami, guys like Luke McCaffrey, the running backs out of the Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler and tight ends and everything like that. So I think Jayden Daniels is the ultimate weapon. I think he's, to me, looking at him and Lamar Jackson, the one thing Lamar, I think, runs better than him. But in time, I think Jayden Daniels will be a better runner than Lamar. But Jayden Daniels could throw better. He's a better passer than Lamar. And Jayden Daniels, to his credit, is his first game. I guarantee if you go back and look at the film, and he can probably see that he had a lot of open receivers across the field. And I think he would not hesitate to hit them receivers this time, because you think about it, as long as Jayden Daniels is in that pocket, teams are going to be scared for him to run out. And this is where he's going to be able to put the ball and make things happen. So I'm not so much worried about it. I'm more worried about the defense. There were 3 major reasons that happened: losing leverage in certain situations, times they did not get to the quarterback, and when they got to the quarterback, they couldn't sack the damn quarterback. They had their hands on the quarterback, couldn't get. They could have had at least 4 or 5 sacks on Baker Mayfield in that game. They didn't get off the field properly. So now Witt said he would turn his forward direction on himself. It's his responsibility to make sure that don't happen. It's his job it's their job as coaches to make sure that the players are not thinking they are playing fast and that they all on the same page. He said, Witt did also say he wanted turnovers created by the defense, which what he preached throughout the preseason. They didn't create any turnovers in that game. We have a real opportunity at 1. We have to make a splash. We got to make splash plays. Because if you get turnovers on defense or 3-and-outs on defense, guess what's going to happen? You could be able to put your offense in better field position or have a better position to score for your offense. You know what I'm saying? Now, however, on Sunday, Bobby Wagner and Benjamin St-Juste play each defensive snap in excessive heat and humidity. Mike Stanfield, Quan Martin, and Frankie Louver were not far behind. Played 95, 92, and 92% of all defensive snaps, respectively. Why? Don't know. But they say that Bobby Wagner looked tired and pooped on that long screenplay that was called back. But it was hot down in Tampa. So first game of the season. Towards the end of the game, I just didn't feel the speed that we were talked about, and that our responsibility to make sure that we do a great job. We said we were going to roll with a deep crew, and we have to do that. So look for the Commanders to rotate personnel more often on defense Sunday, and especially if you have to me, you gotta rotate your guys. You can't leave guys out there. That's something that Ron Rivera have done. Left guys out there. Don't rotate in enough. Rotate these guys in to keep them fresh, where you can able to, do some different things. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do on Sunday against the Giants. I do expect for them to beat the Giants. I'm not taking a loss, because if we took a loss to the Giants again, then it's I don't know what the hell to tell you, to be honest with you. So with that being said, congratulations to Jayden Daniels for winning Rookie of the Week. Hell, if he has another good game, he might do it twice. So, but I will love the dub if he does. And I want to see a good showing for the defense now. Manuel Forrest, we don't even need to rush him back. Let him get healed, work him back in later on. But if this defense stop playing better, especially on the back end without him in there, hey, I don't want to see him on the field for the rest of the season unless it's an emergency. But until then, this is your boy Livewire Sports Media. Keep them bells ringing. Anytime I drop a hardcore video to you, and you always know what I say about it at the end of my video, you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.